All right, folks, I'm your host today, John Rush. My son, Richard Rush, behind the camera. We're going to do a review. This will be the long version of this review. Look at the short version over in the sidebar. This will be the long version of the all-new 2016 Mazda MX5 Miata. Most of you just call this the Mazda Miata. It's what Richard and I still call it. Sorry for you MX5 fans that want us to call it MX5, but it's been a Miata for me since 1989 when they came out. And to me, it is still a Miata. It's a fun car. Great car. They've totally redesigned this car for 2016. It's got what they call the Kodo design, which is a longer hood. Further, they move the cockpit back. They move the wheels out to the corners, give it a wheel clear to the front, wheel clear to the back, giving it less room in front up here on either end. Makes the car look a lot more aggressive. And Mazda, you've done a great job. This really is a fantastic look. One thing they've done on this car, as we walk around the front, I'll show you this. One thing they've done to meet all of the demands worldwide is they had to make some changes with the headlights. So these now have a very small projector beam LED headlamp that does turn with the steering wheel. Again, to make things clear worldwide, they redesigned the headlights. So did a really great job on it. Redesigned, of course, the entire car has been redesigned. This is the Grand Touring Edition, which comes with 17-inch wheels, leather seats, auto climate control inside, a Bose 9-speaker sound system with speakers in the headrest, so when you've got the top down, you can hear what it's saying, or you can hear yourself inside, or hear, whether you're on a phone conversation or the stereo or whatever, you can actually hear that. It's a great looking car. While Richard's rolling around the back, one thing I do want to do is we want to show you what this vehicle looks like with the top down. And it's kind of a cool thing, the way they've done this. You can actually sit inside, and as I go to lower the top, it automatically rolls the windows down. All I do is pull it back. I can be doing this all in the seat. One hand, push it down, top's down. If I want to finish rolling the windows down, turn the key on, roll the windows the rest of the way down, which is what we'll do. We'll leave it just like that. So let me get out and finish the rest of this. Neat car with the top down. Now, I will say this. We've had some rainy, cooler weather in the fall here in Colorado. This is the first time today that we'll actually be able to drive the car with the top down, with it fairly warm out. A lot of people out there are talking about how the car is noisy inside with the top up. I didn't find that. Now, maybe it's because I realize I'm driving a roadster style car with a convertible top. You do get a little bit of road noise towards the back of your ear. I don't know how to describe it, but you can kind of hear the road noise coming in from this back end. So if you're driving down the road and there's the car back over here, for example, you hear a little bit of that road noise, but it is not unbearable. It's actually very comfortable inside with the top up. One of the things, though, that I did notice about this car, and you're going to have to really watch this because it was a factor for me. When the top is up, there is a huge blind spot right here and on the other side, where even if you're turning your head to see what's next to you, you can't because there's a major blind spot right here with the top up. Now, typically you're going to drive this car top down, summertime, all of that. It's a great, fun car. I just wanted to note that. Now, the other thing that this car does come with standard is blind spot monitoring. When we go through some of the interior, I'll tell you some of the other features that it's got on the vehicle itself as far as lane departure, some of those things, but it does come with blind spot monitoring that does assist with this. And I tell you what, if this car did not have that, it would be really tough to tell who's next to you, whether you can pull into the lane or not, because of the blind spot that's right here. So, Richard, did you get a good look around the back end of the vehicle? I think we did. I tell you what, let's do. Let's come back and we'll go for a ride, or let's go for a ride. We'll come back. I'll show you the miniature trunk that's back here. There's not a lot of trunk room in the car because the car is not very big. By the way, this car weighs right around 2,300 pounds with the manual transmission, which is the version that we're driving. I think it's 2332 to be exact. The car's lightweight, 155 horsepower, 2-liter engine. It's got their SkyActiv technology. I feel like it runs better than the previous generation does. It's 150 pounds lighter, which probably helps in that. But this car, it's a blast to drive. Miata has a cult following. Mazda, you've done a great job. All of you Miata lovers, if you don't like this car, I don't know why, because this car is going to be awesome. I really enjoyed it. Let's go take a drive. All right, folks, a few things I want to mention that are standard features on the Grand Touring Edition of this 2016 Miata. Lane departure warning, cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, which I talked about a little bit ago, auto high beams, which is a really cool feature, and rain sensing wipers. That's all standard on the new 2016 Mazda Miata Grand Touring Edition. So you can check out some of the lower editions of the car. You save money, you lose some of those features. You'll have to be the judge of whether that's right for you or not. So again, the great infotainment system that Mazda's done, all that's controlled through the center stack right here, through the little knobs. Works out great. It's standard to some of the other Mazdas that we've done. So what I would encourage you to do, since we're really tight in the cockpit here, is go check out our other reviews. It's standard stuff that comes on Mazda. You scroll through whatever you want to do. Works out fantastic. That part of it's great. But I tell you what, let's just go for a drive. That's the funnest part, I should say, or the most fun you'll have with this car is actually getting out and driving it. There is no backup camera, so if I go to reverse, you'll notice on the screen, there's no backup camera. It's got cross traffic alert, but there is no camera on this particular model. It's not a standard thing yet in the U.S. It's coming very soon in the next couple of years. But I tell you what, let's just go take a quick drive. We'll see if we can get around some of these people that are in front of us. Got a nice exhaust tone to it, nothing that's super loud. And again, with the convertible top down, you'll notice that it's really not super windy. It actually is, we're talking at a very normal tone. I'm doing 25 miles an hour right here. As I get going faster, of course, that decibel level would get higher, but as you can tell, it's really not super noisy in here at 25, 30 miles to the gallon, or 25 to 30 miles an hour. So average fuel economy on this car, you're going to get right around the high 20s, low 30s in this car. What they did is, in the 2016 model year, you're actually going to get in city in this car what the previous generation did on the highway. So fuel economy is greatly improved. Most of all, it's just a fun car to drive. I don't know how else to say it. It really is. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Put the top down, like a day like today, beautiful Colorado day. It's just an enjoyable car to get out and drive and enjoy the scenery. So I'll tell you what, let's go back. I'll walk you through the trunk. The boot portion for some of you European folks will tell you what's in the back. We'll walk through the rest of the interior. Then I'll give you my opinion of the 2016 Mazda Miata, or MX5 as some of you might call it. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the driving portion, and hopefully it wasn't too windy and you could still hear us fairly well. It's a beautiful Colorado day. We're going to show you the trunk portion of the Miata, which, again, 2016 Mazda MX5 Miata Grand Touring Edition. Here's the trunk, which isn't very big. And by the way, Miata is still the best-selling. Here, got a little package in the back here. Let me move that real quick so you can see in there better. Still the best-selling roadster worldwide, and as you can see, I'll be honest with you, I have a little cooler that I have with me every day that I pack my lunch in, along with my briefcase, and I will be honest with you, that's about all this trunk holds. So you're not going to go on any kind of extended stays or anything along those lines with this vehicle. That's not what it's meant for. If you're in this and you're having a road trip, you better pack light because there's not a lot of extra room. But again, that's not really what this car is designed for. This car, again, has a cult following. It's a great vehicle. You can actually take a set of tires and wheels with you to the racetrack, throw this thing out on the track, and have an absolute blast. I should mention also, this car starts off with, in the basic package, $23,000. So you can own a Roadster, 23 grand, go out and have an extreme amount of fun. Let's walk through the rest of the interior. All right, gonna climb in the front seat now and show you the front portion, or the only portion of the Miata. One thing I did want to mention real quick, there's not a lot of storage inside. We just showed you the trunk. For you people around the world, the boot in the back, there's not a lot of room there. There's not a lot of room in the console. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus, and as you can see, it won't even fit inside of here. I'm not sure a regular 6S or a 6 model would even fit in here. Very, very small. You can put a set of sunglasses in there, and that's going to be about the extent of it. Now, I will say, so the larger phones like I have, it will actually fit, believe it or not. There is a little cubby hole right here in the console, and I was able to actually stick my phone in there, and things worked out fine. Plenty of room. There is a little glove box over here, but there's not a lot of room. And actually, no, there is no glove box on the new model, so no glove box over here. So what you're seeing is what you've got. There's no box there. There is a little locking storage compartment right here behind these cup holders where you can put a little bit of information, which really, I guess you could say, is their glove box, which if I'm not mistaken, Richard's behind the camera, I think this is the same as the previous version, so there's no major changes there. So there has not been a glove box up here in this front anyway, so I apologize for saying that. They did add these cup holders here that were not there before, which is kind of an interesting thing. It's kind of weird to be driving and reach around and get your coffee cup or whatever, but it does have some cup holders, and again, that's not what this car is designed for. So this particular Grand Touring model, all the leather features. It does have the automatic climate control. It does have seat heaters, which on a cold day with a top down would be kind of advantageous. Great driving car. Everything laid out. All of the new Mazda infotainment system in it works out fantastic. And as I said earlier, there are some speakers back behind your head here. So as you're driving down the road, talking on the phone, listening to the radio, you can hear what's going on right behind your head. So that part works out great. So Guys, with that, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop out and give you my opinion of the 2016 Mazda Miata MX5 Grand Touring Edition. All right, folks, going to do this a little differently. Sitting inside the car this time and giving you my opinion of the 2016 Mazda MX5 Miata, which we just call it Miata for short. And one of the things I want to mention real quick, and I said this a couple of times through the review, Miata has a real cult following. In fact, I know some folks at my church. There's a Miata club at church. There's lots of Miata clubs all over. Sort of like having a motorcycle. You can go out, find different clubs, go touring, go racing, do all the different things that the guys enjoy doing. It's just a fun community type car to own. So, you know what, if you're, either early in life, don't have a lot of kids, or you're older in life and the kids are grown and gone like myself, or you've got kids at home and you just want a toy to go out and enjoy things on the weekend and have a hobby, this is a great car for you. Is it going to be a daily commuter? It is for a lot of folks. Probably wouldn't be for me as far as room. One thing Richard mentioned a moment ago while we were talking about the review itself is this is not a car for larger people. As you can tell, I am 5'10", 180 pounds. I fit in this car comfortably. If I was 240, 250 pounds, this car would be like me getting in and out of a can opener. Literally, you'd have to have a can opener for me to get in and out of it. So that's some of the cons to the car. If you're a larger person, it's going to be a tough car to really enjoy. If you're a smaller person, smaller body frame, you enjoy driving, the car's got a lot of power, it's fun, it's exciting. This Touring Edition has Bilstein shocks, great suspension. The car really is a blast to drive. I've enjoyed it. Is it a car that I would own? Yeah, as a third vehicle, I would definitely own this car. I would not own this car as my daily driver, but that's just me personally. You need to go check out the car if you're interested in it at your local Mazda dealer. And when you do, please tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this last review that we've just done. And as always, we say this, but we really do mean it. Get out, drive the car, put yourself, your family, your pet, whatever you're going to do with the vehicle, please get out, get in it, drive it. Make sure when you go and do that, you tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. For all of our other reviews, content, things that we have, you can check that out at our website, drive-radio.com. Please go and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/driveradio. And of course, you found this on YouTube, because that's where we put all these videos up. Our channel, Drive Radio, all one word. Go check out all the rest of our reviews. Like it, comment, do whatever you need to. We want to be here to help you pick out the right vehicle for you, because as we always say, there's really not too many bad vehicles made today. There's just bad vehicle choices. So with that, I hope you have a great evening, great day, whatever it is. Just enjoy, and again, thanks so much for watching.